Apparently I can't say workshop. First workshop today is about challenge groups, creating challenge groups at work. How many of you have been part of it? How many of you have been part of a challenge group? Alright, I'm going to ask a question. If you've lost at least 5 pounds with Beachbody, will you stand up please?
Alright.
Did I just hear that correctly? A coach just told someone to get their behind out of the chair, so that was well done. Okay, if you've lost at least 10 pounds with Beachbody, stay standing. 12 pounds. 15 pounds. 18 pounds. 20 pounds. 25 pounds. 30 pounds. 35 pounds. 40 pounds. 45 pounds. 50 pounds. 55 pounds. And I'm not sure going to bring it to 10, we'll be here all day. 60 pounds. 65 pounds. 70. 75. Holy Mother Teresa. 80. 85. Holy crap. 90. If you've lost over 100 pounds in the program, raise your hand. We don't want everyone to see you. You guys, I love doing what we do. Okay? I love being a part of it, and I love that you guys love being a part of it. Because I promise you, whether you stood up with 5 pounds, over 100 pounds, it's a life that's been changed, it's a life that's been touched, it's a life that's been equipped now to want to make a difference in someone else's life. And that's the responsibility that we have. And that's why this information is so important. Because how we do that in most times, and where we give people the full Beachbody experience is in these challenge groups, right? And I cannot think of 2 better people to talk to you about this than our presenters today, right? We have, first and foremost, Miss Lauren Duke. She will join us out here. And Casey Lawrence. Come on out, Casey. We'll tell you a little about these folks. If I can go through it without sounding like I'm 10. I get she's out here. I'm out here. I thought you guys were going to make a kid sandwich or something. That was really sweet. All right, Lauren.
Yes.
Now, Lauren really needs no introduction. Here's Casey, but I'm going to do it anyway, right? You get an opportunity to do this. Lauren Duke, superstar diamond coach, pretty big deal. 2014 elite coach, and was a top 10 elite coach in 2013. Now, some of you guys might not know this, but Lauren actually quit the first time she signed up as a coach. And then she kind of had a little bit of a moment, and she made like a midnight run, if you will. Packed up everything, sold stuff, auctioned stuff, I don't know what it was, but drove all night and came to a summit just like this one. And decided to re-up again as a coach. That's pretty cool, all right? That's part of these events. She's also a Success Club 10 legend, all right? So Lauren, now Casey is a top Canadian coach. Pretty big deal. Okay? We have you from Canada here. Okay, a 6-star diamond coach. She's a 2014 elite coach, and she's also a Success Club 10 also. So you guys are in great hands. I'm going to turn the time over to them. Go for it, ladies.
Well, welcome everyone to Creating Challenge Groups That Work. Like Kim said, my name is Lauren Duke, Casey Lawrence, and we are here today to help you guys craft a challenge group that really produces great results. And I love what Kim did just now, because you guys are the product of a challenge group that really worked. I just want to give you guys hats off, if you will, to everyone who has had great results in a challenge group. So, when you think of the perfect challenge group, as a challenger, as a coach, what is it that you want your challengers to get out of it? Anything. What do you want your challengers to be? Shout it out. Call it out. Okay. Okay, you want them to be maybe any of these things on the screen. Engage. You want them to participate, right? You want them to show up every day. You want want them to have fun, because challenge groups are supposed to be fun, right? You want to show accountability, because that's what they wanted. We'll get this. Go ahead.
You want them getting results. These people got challenge packs because they needed your help. So that's our main focus in these challenges, is to make sure that we're getting these people the results that they deserve.
And then you want them to share with other people, right? When I see someone and I'm like, there's something different about you, and they share, thank you for noticing. I've been doing this program and it's really helped me a lot. They're paying it forward. So this would be like the ideal challenge group. You want your challengers to have these kind of behaviors. But as we keep going, what's the value of a challenge group? And I know that you guys are communicating these things, right?
Yeah, so that's the main thing we want you guys to focus on with this. The main thing is that we know that you guys fully understand the value of challenge groups and why we run challenge groups, but are you guys relaying that to your coaches and your downline? Do your coaches fully understand the value of running a challenge group? The value in them can be helping people, changing their lives. That's why we're here. That's why all of us coaches are sitting here today, is because we have a passion to help change other people's lives. And growing a business. Everyone here is also, here because they want to grow a solid business. So that's definitely a valuable point in our challenge group.
And another really important thing about a challenge group is you are establishing relationships with your challengers. You're not just selling a program and then saying good luck. You're actually showing up every day and you're building a relationship with them so that you can continue that, pay it forward, and maybe they become coaches one day.
Right. It's something that we can duplicate. So I know the value. I can run a challenge group. I can start a group on Facebook. But am I able to bring on a team of coaches and teach them how to start a challenge group? Am I giving them the tools that they need to put value into their business, so not only is their business growing, but my business will also start to grow?
So at the end of the day, challenge groups equal accountability, which equal success. That makes sense, right? But first you have to know what you're invited to. And we just wanted to share a couple of examples of some challenge groups that you could run. You don't have to run all of these, but these are just a few to think about. I've done all of these. I've done free challenge groups, like the clean eating groups where you give them a meal plan, and you guys take screenshots of these, absolutely. If you've never done these, it might be a good time to try. What about a 3-day refresh group? Have everyone participate, share how they're feeling, day 1, day 2, feeling a little bit better, day 3, bam, I'm feeling great. And then how about a 6-day Shakeology challenge group where they buy the sample pack and you guys talk about how you feel and the results. I have more energy, all of that stuff. Then of course, the 21 Day Fitness Challenge group. And lastly, just an accountability group where you invite people just to come in to show up every day to get their daily dose of encouragement. Now, like I said, you don't have to run all of these. In fact, Casey only runs one type of challenge group and she's kind of successful.
Yeah, so she's totally right. I actually have tried all of the different groups, but I prefer to run just 21-day fit challenge groups because that's something that, resides with me. That's something that I'm very passionate about. When I started this, I did the 21-day fix. I did 21 Day Fix Extreme, and I love them both very much. I love the 21-day program, and it's something that I believe in. It's something that I'm passionate about. So for me to go into a group with my challengers, something that I really, really believe strongly about, it makes it so easy for me to connect with these people. It makes it so easy for me to go forward with my posts and what we're doing daily. And I love putting my input into the group because it's something that really does come from my heart. So I prefer to just do one as opposed to all of them. And I do think that because there is so many different options, you really should try everything once and see where your heart is and see what is really going to work for you.
Right.
So basically, you've decided on a group that you want to try. You've decided, for me, the 21-day challenge. I'm going to start my very first 21-day challenge. The first thing you have to do, step one. We have to decide, like, where do I start? Casey, where do I start? How do I start my challenge group? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set a date. You have to decide on a date that you're gonna start your challenge. For me, what's worked in my business is I start my challenge group the first Monday of every month. Not only does this help me because I know what's coming up, I know my challenge group is starting, I'm prepared, I know what's going on, it helps me organize my business, but it also helps when I have apprentice coaches that are joining me to lead my challenge groups. They know what's going on. Everyone knows what's going on first Monday of every month. So I've decided that date. The second thing is we have to invite 2 weeks prior to. So this gives you enough time in that 2 weeks to do things like cleaning out your pantry, doing meal plans with your coaches, setting up workout schedules, and just having that preparation week so that when that date comes, you're starting your challenge group, you're kicking it off, you're ready, you're prepared, all of your challengers know exactly what they're supposed to be doing, start date.
Now, we've already talked about what kind of challenge groups you are going to invite to, right? So you already know what kind you're going to invite to. You have to now craft the perfect invite. Now, it has to have a good mixture of a couple different things. It's not just a join my challenge group. No, we're talking about building relationships here. So we need it to be a personal message. You kind of think about that person you had that conversation with, maybe sitting at the baseball park, and they said, gosh, I'm just so run down, or I really need energy. How do you do it? How do you do this with 2 kids and a husband who's gone? Think about that person. Send them a personal message. Another way are public social media posts. And I know we've all seen them. I know we've all tried that. We're going to talk about them in just a minute. That's a good way to kind of get it out there. And then lastly, have you ever tried an event on Facebook where you can invite a lot of people to one place and share information about your challenge groups, some graphics, videos, and you can talk to a lot of people at once in one space. So we're going to talk to you just a little bit about social media, and Casey's going to talk to you about maybe some news.
All right, so you guys can all look up at the screen and you're looking up there going, I've posted one of those on my Facebook, right? We've all done that. I did that, Lauren did that. All of us have posted posts like this on our social media as a new coach. The reason, guys, that we want to be really, really careful about these kind of posts is because our brains are so fine-tuned to ignore these kinds of things on Facebook. I know if I'm scrolling through my newsfeed and I see something that looks like a billboard or like an ad, my brain skips right over it. I do not take the time to read about it. I don't take the time to look at the pictures. I just skip over it. And these types of things, especially as a new coach, take so much time and energy. We put so much into these, our whole heart, and we're so excited, and they look awesome, and it took us hours, but they're so ineffective. So I want to talk to you guys about why I would call these a social media misstep. So the first thing I want you to notice is that they look like spam. They have words all over them. There's too many words. There's so much stuff going on them that it's hard to even understand. The second thing is that they're very generic. They're very generic. The thing that I love about using your own photos, like we talked to you guys about value before. We said you want to create value. And when you're talking about your own personal journey and you're showing your own results and it's your own face, that adds value. People follow you on your personal Facebook because they want to follow you. They like you. So if they're seeing your own face and your own results, they like it, and that's going to add value to that.
I already did.
All right. And then the next one, we're going to see price. Don't put the price. Creating value again. When you put the price on something, people see a price tag. And that's it. And that looks like a big price tag to me. That scares me. If I have the opportunity to talk to someone, talk about their goals, I know what they need, and I can relate the program back to them, and they see value. They see value in how it could change their life and what it can do for them. It is going to make the world a difference. When the price thing comes up, they don't care what it is or how much it is. They're ready to get started and they want your help, and that's the main thing. And the last thing about these is the name of the program. The name of the program is right there on there. So if it was me and I had my 40 pounds to lose and I seen this and I was reading it and I'm like, oh, okay, T25, that looks awesome. Let's do this. Let's do this. You know, she got great results. I'm going to Google T25. I'm going to type that in, I'm going to Google it. And then the Beachbody website's going to pop up and I'm going to buy it off the Beachbody website and there goes your customer. So it's really important that you're creating that curiosity for people so that they have to come to you and say, hey, I seen your post, can you tell me a little bit more about it?
But now, think about the wins and what's different between a social media yes and a social media wah-wah. So look at these posts. What's different about them? These were the actual people posting the invite, the social media post. Hey, that's me up there. That was me with big old pregnant belly, and then afterwards, after using 21 Day Fix, an invitation to one of my challenge groups, right there. But I like these wins because these are real results, real people. You are posting perhaps your friend's results. You have a personal relationship with them. So when someone says, oh my gosh, what program did they use? You can say, that is my friend Kim, and that's exactly what she did. She lost 45 pounds with this program, and this was her meal plan, and guess what? She was vegan, and I can help you with that. You know, you have that personal story to tell them. I don't see a bunch of spam, as Casey said. I don't see stock photos. I see real people in these photos. And then on the next slide, you can see even more wins, more personal transformations. Maybe the peep this is a cute little play on words, and it's colorful. It draws your eye in. I don't see price anywhere. I see 21-day test group. Ooh, test group. I want to do that. I want to see what that's all about. But you're not seeing she's using a specific program or anything with a price. You don't see their website plastered all over the place either. It's a relationship. It's, hi, I'm Lauren, and I want to invite you to do this with me. So, as we're doing social media wins and going through our invites, we have to get to the next step, which is getting to know the person who has come to you, your prospect. How do you go about that, Casey?
Absolutely. So what she said about relationships, that's key. The key with this entire business is to build relationships with people. The easiest way to build a relationship is to get to know someone. And the easiest way to get to know someone is to ask them lots of questions. People love talking about themselves. You ask them a question, they love to answer. So we have to start asking questions. Asking these questions can also lead to finding out what they need, finding out what their needs are, and fulfilling a need for them, which is where your coach is going to be able to come in. So 3 questions that I like to ask people when I'm starting a relationship with them is, do you know what your weight loss or your fitness goals are? Are you currently doing anything fitness-wise? And your eating habits, tell me what those look like.
My 3 favorites to ask are along the same lines. I do have a lot of food allergies. I'm also vegan, so I'm sensitive to anyone who has a specific diet because I want them to know you can be successful with this program even with dietary restrictions or aversions. And so I ask, do you have any dietary restrictions or aversions? What's your favorite type of exercise? If someone says, I love cardio and I really don't like weights, I want to have that conversation with them. What do you do if you have the choice? If they are going to do cardio all on their own 24 days, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, I'm going to talk to them about weights. Because obviously they've had a little bit of cardio and they might want to switch it up and maybe have better results. So then I also go into what are your limitations? Is it time? Do you have something that is keeping you from doing plyometrics or insanity? Those leading questions open that person up to have that conversation with you. So the key here when you're talking to a prospect is to figure out their limitations, their struggles, and you're listening for these limitations when you're having that conversation. These limitations are no time. I don't have any time.
Just one thing before we jump to this slide, we jumped forward a little bit early. The questions that we just asked you guys, there is a ton of example questions that all of us put together as leaders. And you can find it in your digital handout in your app, on your phone, your Coach Summit app. you can find a digital handout of all of the questions that we like to ask people, so it'll be easy for you guys to start engaging in conversation. The most important thing about asking those questions that you want to listen for when you're talking to people, you want to listen for their goals, you want to listen for their limitations, and you want to listen for things that they're struggling with.
Yeah.
And that way, when we find out the answer to these questions, what are your goals? What are your struggles? When they tell you, in your head, you can go, T25, and it's quick, and you can listen for different struggles, limitations, and you can pinpoint a program to them, again, adding value to the program that you're recommending for them.
But these are the top 5 that we want to point out to you guys. The no time excuse, if you will, no money, I'm not in shape. Why would I want to start a program if I'm not in shape already? I can't do what you're doing. Look at you. What about, I don't have any money. How am I going to get started? Or, I've tried so many different things and I quit every single time. What's going to be different about your program? Have you ever heard any of these? Yes, we all have. That's what we call them our top 5 limitations. So as you're listening for that, you're listening on how to answer them back. So we're going to talk to you a little bit about step 3. And that is to listen, as Casey said, to validate that person, and then to transition to perhaps a challenge group, or to maybe, putting them on a contact list for later. So, Casey.
Hey Lauren, I seen your ad on Facebook. I was scrolling through and I seen you had a challenge group coming up and that you were looking for a couple of girls, and I was wondering if I could get some information on that from you.
Sure. So we're going to be talking, we talked about that you came to me once before and you said you were interested in learning more about the challenge group. What's going on? What's going on in your life? And maybe we can talk about, what your goals are.
Totally. You know what? I'm struggling so bad right now. When I came to you before, I wasn't quite ready, but I'm a single mom and I just don't have time. I'm working 2 jobs, but Lauren, I'm exhausted. I'm totally exhausted. I don't have time to eat. I'm not sleeping well, and I'm just, I had my little girl 3 years ago, and I'm still not back in my, my jeans, and I need your help. Could you help me?
I totally understand where you're coming from, Casey. I remember when my husband was gone and I had 2 little ones at home. I remember how that felt. I remember just feeling run down and like, when am I going to find some time for myself? And you know what I found? If I had a program or someone to show me how to get started and what to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I could follow that. And if I had just 30 minutes, can you find 30 minutes a day maybe? Or just you, maybe during nap time? I bet you can. We can talk about it. And then I understand, that you want to feel better. I can help you with that too. Is that something that maybe you'd be interested in?
Oh my gosh, Lauren, I'm so excited that I came to you. I needed this so bad, and I'm so excited. How do I get started? Can I order it for you? That's one way that conversation may go.
Kind of cheesy way, but hey, it works, right?
That's an easy one. The other way that may have gone is, Lauren, that sounds amazing. I would absolutely love to be in your challenge group, but it's just not the right time for me right now. Can I get a hold of you a little bit later on?
Totally. I would love to keep your name and we can talk. Can I check in with you maybe next month? See how you're feeling?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Great. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. I'll call you later. So you can see that if Casey were to say yes, you get excited. You're like, great, let's get you into that challenge group. I'm going to set the expectations. We're going to get going. But if she says, it's just not good right now, first you listen to her. You don't push her. Maybe keep her name. Maybe put out to the side. She was interested in ... so that you know how to direct yourself back to that conversation next month, a reminder on your phone, whatever. And then contact her next month and say, hey, I just wanted to check on you. We talked last month about what was going on, and you said to check in with you, so here I am. How are you doing? Are you ready to buy my program? It's that relationship again. So if she were to get excited about the program, you would want to move forward. And to do that, you get them in the challenge group and step 4, rules of engagement.
So, we're all in the challenge group. We're excited. We bought our challenge packs. Now, what do we do with these people? Oh, man. So, step 4, the rules of engagement. These people invested in you. They invested in the program, they also invested in you as their coach. So there's a few expectations that will come for you, but also for your challenger. So I like my challengers, when we start in the challenge group, I want them to know exactly what's supposed to be going on. They know what they're supposed to be doing. They know what to expect from me every day. And you know what to expect from the other challengers in the group. That's the cool thing about a group setting, is that we all get to do it together, and there's so much support as like a family. So I like to create, those expectations so that everyone can work together and help each other. I love that about challenge groups. So the first point, rules of engagement, what's going on? The first thing, make sure that they check the pinned post on the page daily. So for me, I post a daily assignment that keeps my challengers plugged in and motivated. It keeps it exciting, it keeps it fun. They're excited to come in and see what's the challenge of the day, right? So we need to make sure that everyone knows you have to check in. You have to show up. Just like for your job or for your activities, you have to show up for this to work. So make sure that they know to check their pin post daily. Create your workout schedule for the week. This is why Beachbody is so fantastic. Every single workout program has a workout schedule that's already laid out for you. The work is done for you. So you don't have to go through and start recreating the wheel. It's all set out there for you. So your job as their coach is to go through the program that you've chosen and know the workout schedule. You know what workout is coming the next day, so if somebody asks you, you're on top of it. It's already created for you. And the second thing, drink your Shakeology daily. You know how good Shakeology is for you. You know how good it makes you feel. And you know how crappy you feel if you don't drink your Shakeology. So the way that I like to do it, how I get people to make sure that they are showing up and drinking their Shakeology every day, is I post a picture in my challenge group of Casey drinking her shake. Here it is. And I know for a fact that if every single one of my challengers drinks that shake every single day, even if they're not working out and not doing what they're supposed to be doing, if they're drinking that shake, they are gonna feel awesome. So I need to make sure that they're doing that daily. Also, the eating, 4 to 6 meals a day, it's all a big package. The nutrition and the fitness are important to their results, and the whole point is to get the results. So we need to make sure that they are eating, 4 to 6 meals a day. I like to have my challengers post their favorite meal that they ate that day, and it's really cool too when you see, one challenger posting a picture of the shake. All of the other ones are all of a sudden like, I gotta go have my shake because I want to post my picture too. So they all kind of motivate each other.
So moving forward, you want them to track their progress. I like my challengers to take measurements, not necessarily their weight. I like to stress the non-scale goals because to me, those are more important. How do you feel? How are your clothes fitting? Are other people noticing how much more energy you have because you're drinking Shakeology? Those are the things I want them to take note of. So I make sure that they are in tune with that and sharing those things. How are you feeling? I ask those leading questions. Also, share your daily health and fitness activities. Just like you want them to share a picture of their Shakeology, you might want them to say, okay guys, it's Sweaty Pick Day, and you post your sweaty mug. Because guess what? You're leading this group. So you gotta plug in too. But you want them to know that you're gonna be there for them and that you're going to be tracking their fitness. Get them excited about it. Have fun with it. Maybe they don't want to post a picture. Maybe they just say, I went on a walk today because I haven't received my program yet. Great! That's awesome. When you get that program, we're going to get going and you're going to have the best time. And so you want them to plug in and share their activity because you know what that does? It encourages everybody else to show up too. And when somebody else shows up and they say, I wasn't going to do my workout, but I knew that you guys were waiting here for me, and when I plugged in, I wanted to be able to share my activity too. It's kind of like that peer pressure, but in a more positive way. Also, you let them know you wanted to be a part of this group because you wanted encouragement, right? Then you have to show up too. It's a two-way street. You don't just show up and stalk the page, and you never comment, never participate. You got to be there too to encourage and motivate one another. I love, in my challenge groups, the relationships that are formed and the people who become friends who would have never met if not for this challenge group. It's so cool to see other people who've never met face to face on other opposite sides of the country, different continents, encouraging one another, and then checking in on one another. That's what you guys are creating in these challenge groups. And so when you let your challengers know, get excited. This is what you can expect in this group. They get excited. But here's another thing. We were talking about this backstage. When someone comes to you and they're kind of upset about their goals, let them know this doesn't happen overnight. This is a journey. So every little step you take towards your fitness goal is a positive step. And you know what? We are going to celebrate the heck out of that, because that is a step we wouldn't have taken without this challenge group. So remind them, we want you to just show up daily. That's it. No more. Just participate. Those baby steps over time lead to massive results. And going forward, you guys have a little bit of responsibility too. But what's your role? Get it? Dice?
Excuse my poll.
It's funny, right? I think it's funny. So, you've given them expectations, but you guys have a big job too. So, you've already told them you need to show up, you need to post pics. Oh, guess what? You do too. So, some examples would be to create daily posts, including a call to action. Like, post that sweaty pic, post that drink or Shakeology. Do something silly. I like themes. We're going to talk about that in just a second. So you want to make sure that you post that pinned post, and then you make it a point to show up and do that thing that you've called them to action to do. Also, going right into that, you lead by example. You stay consistent. If you, say you're at Summit, hypothetically speaking, and you know you're going to be away and you're not going to be on your regular schedule. There are so many auto schedulers out there for free or paid that you can use to make sure that your challenge groups are taken care of. Or there might be someone in your challenge group who is a rock star, and you go to them and say, hey, you know what? You've been rocking this out. Would you mind taking over the group for a while and just keep posting like you were? I'll be checking in, but I might not be as on the spot as I usually am. I like to post my daily post at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time so that all my challengers on the East Coast get it first, and then as everyone else wakes up, it's waiting for them. And maybe they miss it, whatever, it's there for them. So I like to have that pin post, that call to action daily. I set that up 30 days in advance so that I'm never waking up, sleeping in, going, dang, I didn't post in my challenge group. So it's already set up for me. Also, I do fun things. So Motivation Monday, everybody posts a motivating quote. They get really excited about this, and you know what? It could change someone's day for the better. Then, Transformation Tuesday, anyone have something fun to share? Wacky Wednesday. I do some crazy stuff. I have some colorful wigs, some crazy socks. You might see some nutty stuff from me. But you know what? That's fun. They're like, what is Lauren going to do today? I can't wait. Oh yeah, I can do one better. And they get a little nuts. And it's really fun. But that keeps them engaged. Thirsty Thursday, Flex Friday. We do handstand Friday on our team. And you know what? Something as simple as a little handstand can mean the world to someone. When they're like, oh man, I haven't done a handstand since I was a kid, I'm gonna kill myself. And then by the third week, they're like, I did a handstand! And I'm like, that's awesome. Because they didn't have the upper body strength or the core strength. So cool. So those are just a couple ideas to help keep your challengers motivated.
Well, I don't wear a wig in my challenge groups. But what I do like to do, and it's something that I love, I have been doing it for the past year, is I have a point system. And the point system works. Think of it this way. You know, like when you go to Shoppers Drug Mart and they give you a card and they tell you that, you know, when you get 100 points, they're going to give you $10 off. You keep shopping there. You keep going back because you are going to get $10 off that next purchase. And honestly, it works the same with your challenge groups. If your challengers get a point for every good thing that they do, they're going to come and they're going to check in every single day. because they have that, the possibility of earning that prize at the end. So I do give a prize at the end of my challenge groups. It's something small, a Shakeology shaker cup, something like that. These people have invested in you, so it's really nice to actually give back sometimes. So how my point system works is I actually make a banner and I put it right in my challenge group, so when they check into the Facebook group, they can see the point system right there. It's very clear. If you post a picture of yourself drinking your shake, you get a point. If you post your sweaty selfie, you get a point. And then on Mondays, every Monday, I have them send me their results from the week, their progress picture, and I put them side by side and I send them back. So if someone is feeling really discouraged, this gives me the opportunity to say, look at these pictures. Look at how far you've come in 1 week. And it also helps me, make sure that they're staying on track. So if they actually post these pictures, you get 3 points. I also have, kind of going off of the theme, like Lauren said, I also have different things that I do throughout the month that has nothing really to do with health and fitness. And I don't know if you guys, if you were in a general session yesterday and how he was talking about those feel goods that you can get from, doing great acts of kindness. I actually have one of my point days is if you go out and you do 3 acts of kindness for somebody else, you come back into the group, you plug in, you tell us what the acts of kindness were. You get 5 bonus points. So this is something that, it gives us that sense of good feeling. It gives the other people in the group the sense of good feeling. It creates, that amazing family culture within the team. And it's also going on my point system. Yeah, so at the end of the month, I tally up the points. The challenger with the most points is the person that's going to get the prize. Because, everyone is at different places in their fitness and their health journeys, so I don't like to go off of that. I like to go off of participation. And it keeps my challengers very engaged. They love showing up, they love getting their points. So that's the way that I stay on track with that, keeping them motivated. Personally, following up with those people that fall off. It happens. How many times have, I've fallen off my own journey, right? So people fall off. So it's important that we stay on top of those people. We are their coaches, we owe them that. So the point system that I use, the way that works effectively for me is if I look at the end of the week and one person has, 50 points and the other person has 2, they weren't checking into the group. They weren't, they weren't drinking their Shakeology, they weren't working on, maybe they were, but it gives me the opportunity to check in with those people and, hey, I noticed that you're not really active in the group. How are you making out with your program? How are you making out with your workouts every day? Is there something that I can help you with? Is there something that you're struggling with? It gives me that opportunity to talk to people and see where I can be of some assistance to get them back on track. And the last thing that's really important to keep my challenge motivated is creating value around Shakeology. And all of us in this room can agree that there are many different shakes out there, many of them, but none that compare to Shakeology. But not everybody knows that. The general public doesn't understand the value behind the shake that we have and how amazing it is. So what we have to do as coaches is create that value for them. So every once in a while in my group, I'm talking about the value of Shakeology. How amazing do you guys feel? From drinking our shakes, I feel great. And what it's got in it, what it's doing for your body. I'm creating that value around the shake so that at the end of the month, they are going to choose to stay on it. Not because I told them to. And not because it's, it's another shake, but because they know how good it is for them.
But let's be honest, guys. We're talking about motivating our challengers, right? There's nothing more demotivating than a challenger who wasn't expecting to get a charge for Shakeology on their account. What is this? You get the angry message of, I don't know what this is, but you have that conversation with them. So as you're creating the value around Shakeology, you're also making sure to track your challengers. That's part of keeping up with them, taking care of their progress, but also knowing when they order their challenge pack and when their Shakeology is going to post again. That's a really great opportunity to have a conversation with them about, so how do you feel with Shakeology? Yeah? I want to continue. I love it. Great. Have you ever thought about getting a discount? It's a great lead-in to paying it forward and inspiring your challengers to become coaches. So that's just one way that continues to motivate them to let them know you can get a discount on something you were going to continue to drink anyway. I don't want you to spend more money on something you were already going to purchase. Why don't you become a discount coach? So to do this, and what I like to do in my challenge groups, is I like to identify those people who are already posting. I talked about them before. Those are the people I would ask to kind of take over my challenge groups when I've gone on vacation or at Summit. And I say, oh my gosh, do you know that what you're doing is exactly what I do? You inspire me. I love showing up because your pictures are so pretty, your collages are amazing, and I mean, you're inspiring and motivating everyone in this challenge group. That's the kind of coach I want on my team.
Right, so you want to identify your standouts. So for me, my point system helps with this. These people are posting. They're posting, them with the shape, how good they feel. They're posting their results. They're talking about, what they're eating and posting the recipes. So they are actually doing everything a coach already does. So that works great for me. I identify these people in my challenge groups. I will go to them, I will highlight them, put these people on a pedestal because we know how good it feels when somebody compliments us. Oh my gosh, girl, you look awesome. That feels great. That feels amazing, so give that to your challengers. Celebrate those small successes with them because sometimes, as a coach, you are the only support system that person has. And that is the only time that they will ever get a high five, a pat on the back, or a way to go. So make sure that you're doing that for your challengers. Encouraging them and thanking them with personal messages. So Lauren is one of my challengers. She's doing awesome. She's posting in the group. She's getting her results. I would send her a message that said, oh my gosh, girl, you look amazing. You are doing so well. I am so proud of you. You're doing amazing. You are, encouraging and inspiring all of the other challengers in our challenge group. Have you ever considered becoming a coach?
Well, Casey, thanks, I have. What's next? So at this point, you can offer what's next. And let's be honest, not everyone is going to be a coach, right? So here are a couple examples of things that you can offer your challengers as kind of a spin-off, an option of what's next. Hey, do you want to do another round? Maybe pick another program? Or they say, I'm not finished. I've lost 10 pounds and you know what? I'm ready to keep going. Great. I have another group starting if you want to join that. Or I like to have what I call a maintenance group. I have people who started the Fix last February who still are engaged in that group. I love that group. It is big, it is fun, and we post daily. Those are my people who just need that daily accountability. They want to keep going.
Okay, or maybe your challengers are ready to change it up a little bit. Maybe those people have hit their goal, they did amazing, they got to where they wanted to be, and it's time to graduate and take it to the next step. My challengers, the 21-day fix, if they're ready to try it out, we're going to go into the 21-day fix extreme. Or maybe, they've done a couple rounds and they're ready to change it up and they want to try size.
And check it. This is more like river dance, though. It's just me.
I'm not doing it.
And then another option you can give your challenger is what we talked about before. Have you ever considered becoming a coach? You can co-lead the next group with me. I won't just leave you alone. Come, join my next group, but also help me lead it so that you can learn how to do a challenge group. What a great apprenticeship program that is.
Absolutely. Let's be honest though, you know what, we're all human. Sometimes things come up in life, and sometimes your challengers just aren't ready, and that's okay. So we're going to give them the opportunity to, gracefully bow out and say, you know what, that's okay. And when you're ready, I am going to be right here to help you as soon as you're ready. And I have another challenge group starting up the first Monday of next month. And if you're ready, then we can talk about it and we can absolutely get you into that group.
So, now that you have all of these amazing steps and tools, it's time to take action. Are you ready? Everyone in the audience, think about this. We talked about inviting 2 weeks out, knowing what kind of challenge group you're inviting to. What are you going to do? Because I'm starting on August 3rd. Are you? So I want you guys to all mentally prepare to start a challenge group August 3rd.
And you know what? While we're all here, let's all take out our cell phones. Everybody take out your cell phones. I know that you all have one here.
We see the flashbulbs.
Reach out. I see you. Take out. Oh, come on. Open up your calendar on your phone. And into that calendar, I want you to mark August 3rd.
Okay.
August 3rd is the date that we are all going to do this together. We're going to all start a challenge group together.
Here's what we want you guys to focus on though. We've given you a lot of steps, a lot of tools. You are not going to want to do every one of these steps. We're just giving you some examples. And I love this last little bit of our presentation. We saw our missteps. You saw our wins. You've got to learn to try new things and maybe even fail. But you know what? You got to find what works for you too. I do a lot of different challenge groups. Casey does 21-day challenge groups. That's what we're passionate about. That's what works for us. You have to find what works best for you.
Absolutely. And while you guys have your phones out, and you're sitting on them still, I want you to think of 5 people right now, and I want you to either text them, or Facebook message them, or whatever you have to do, and I want you to invite them to your next challenge group starting August 3rd. So we're starting that inviting process. That was the next step. And all the message simply has to say is, hey, XYZ, how are you? I have a new challenge group starting on August 3rd, and I am so excited about it. I ran a couple of them now, and they have always been such a blast. I would absolutely love to have you in there with me. If you're interested, I can shoot you the details.
That's perfect.
That's all it has to say. And seeing as we all have our cell phones out, hey Lauren, do you want to take a selfie?
Totally. So this is a really kind of a big deal for us to be up here. We want to see your excitement. How are you going to leave this and put it out there into the world and invite people to your challenge group? So can you guys get a little bit excited for us as we take this selfie?
We're going